Hey guys, it's Eric,
And this is Don.
and we are D&D Miniature and Board Games. We have just finished playing a game of...
Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. It was
Thanks.
a learning game. So we didn't put it on camera because you didn't want to see us flipping through the rule book.
But
we'll get to that in a minute.
We may do a playthrough Wednesday before we do the playthrough for the others.
I would like to do a playthrough for
So
this.
I will be doing a lot of editing on Thursday. But we're gonna get down to the scores we gave it because, guys, it's a review. We'll talk a little bit, but these really shouldn't take very long. Graphics and artwork. I gave it a 4 with graphics and artwork. I didn't think they were the most stupendous things I'd seen, but they put a lot of work into the cards, and there's a lot of detail on the boards themselves. So I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 5. I think the graphic and artwork is stupendous. The theme is great.
Macabre.
You might say Cthulhu is overdone. Is that the new zombies now?
Yeah.
Maybe. But it works. The tiles are really, it's well done. All the artwork looks great in my opinion. It's the strong point of the game. It's top notch, I think.
Okay. Rule book.
On a scale of myth
As
to
our viewers know, I think Fantasy Flight's rule books are the most horrid things I've ever tried to trudge through.
I've just failed my horror check on the rule books.
I'm not saying Fantasy Flight games are bad, but they gotta do some work on the rule books. Oh my god. This is the worst score I've given on a rule book. 1.
You should look into myth. I think it's your.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
You probably should. The rule book's horrible. Not that it's a bad game. Just a horrible rule book.
But I gave rule book for this a 1. It is even the easy what did they call that? The learn to play rule book. Okay, guys, it's a 1. We ended up reading rule books and finally gave up and started playing and trying to find stuff while we were playing. Once we got to it and figured it out with the help of the app, okay, but the rule book is horrible. Done.
I was a little more generous. I gave it a 2. Myth.
We're not gonna talk about myth.
It just keeps coming up.
Components. I went with a 3. They were okay in my book. Heavy cardstock. You'll have to sleeve the cards for possible over if you use them too much. If you didn't use them, I think they'd be fine. The figures are nice, but they're not overly detailed in my book. Nothing good, nothing bad. It's just average components. 3.
I gave it a 4. Very nice cardstock. There's not a whole lot of warping. There's a little bit. There's not much. And this usually evens itself out over time. The models are good for board game. It's not quite cool mini or not quality, but it's pretty close.
We are spoiled, aren't we?
We're spoiled a little bit.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4. Cool Mini's a 4 or 5. Fantasy Flight's about a 4. I think that's kind of the standard. So 4.
Replayability. What do you think?
What did I give it? A 4.
4.
Yeah. I think with the app doing a lot of randomizing and everything, you never know what you're going to get into. The board is put out one piece at a time, and you don't know what's behind the doors. The original games you can add to this, and I know they're going to continue updating
Yes.
the app. There'll be more stuff. It's Fantasy Flight. There will be expansions to it. They love expansions at Fantasy Flight, and I'm not complaining about that.
Okay.
I think the replayability will be good.
I gave it a 3. The reason I gave it a 3 is the app. And in all actuality, it almost drives it to a 2 for me. I was really kind of hard pressed with it. I don't have a problem with the app. The app is, okay, for playing it's fine. I actually kind of started liking it toward the end. The problem with apps. 10 years from now, are we going to be able to play this game because they kept up with the apps?
I'll still have my iPad.
But I'm
Of
just
course,
saying.
10 years from now, it may be in the box that this is in.
But here's the thing: if we don't have power, or the stuff isn't charged, or you don't have an iPad or a computer at your disposal, there's no replayability on this game. You're stuck.
I actually have this on my phone as well.
But you understand what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
This is where I'm going with this.
But I mean,
and
there might be an EMP pulse that takes out everything, and we wouldn't have power for lights to be able to play it. If the power's not off,
but then, you know what? That's why I gave it a 3. I'm not saying it doesn't have it, but there are, because you've gone with the app, there are circumstances that could affect that playability.
Okay.
And who knows? The Chinese might hit us with the EMP pulse, or the North Koreans.
I don't know. Russia's kind of pissed off at us too. You never know.
I know. Fun. I'm sorry. I gave it 5 though on fun. Once we figured it out, man, I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to see what was next with the app. I wanted to get into those rooms. Your character just kept getting beat up like no tomorrow. I mean, I was sitting here, we were in like the 3rd or 4th round, and I'm sitting here going, oh, I finally realized when you were doing Insanity, I finally realized what you finally explained to me what those cards were. I had no idea.
I didn't realize you weren't getting that. But, yeah.
Did you see the rule book?
My character was going around trying to solve the mystery and just getting the snot beat out of him. He went insane. By the way, my card was at no effect whatsoever.
Oh. And my character went around killing all the monsters.
Yeah, you were just owning fools.
I think I actually killed every single monster that came out.
I think you did too.
I just got to the point I was going after them too.
Yeah. I was sick of them. Go. Take care of them.
But anyway, that's a overall score.
And I gave it a 4. You gave it a 5.
That's right. I'm sorry. I started that one out.
I don't know. 4.5 maybe. I liked it.
But it wasn't on a top tier. I had a lot of fun. It's the fun rating. How do you judge fun? I've never really given a low score on fun because we really haven't played anything I haven't actually had fun playing. I didn't think I would with this too, and I think that's why I went with the higher score, because you kept telling me about it. I looked at it. We did the unboxing, and I don't know if you kind of saw my. It was kind of like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But the app was really pushing me off. But once we got going, I had a great time. I had fun. So overall score with those 5 categories, 3.5. It's a little over average. The rulebook really hurts it.
I mean, even looking at my score, I think if you drop the lowest and you drop the highest, I got 4 all around.
Yeah,
I think 4 would be better, but 3.5 is the average.
If you hit mine, I'm 3s.
Well,
for the most part.
That's
so
if somebody cares what you think.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, guys, Mansions of Madness.
Do you recommend it?
Oh yeah.
I
do
recommend it. I
mean, if it's sitting on the table and somebody's saying let's play, yeah, I would say sit down and play it. Buying it,
somebody's got to.
But it's how much did you pay for it? What's retail?
What is retail? I think
Sam said $69.99 or something like that.
And maybe a little more than that.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap.
So here's the thing. If you can figure out the rules and you have a group that likes playing the cooperative games, then yeah, I would suggest it. If you don't want to mess with Fantasy Flight Rulebook and you have a group that likes to beat the living daylights out of each other, no. We have a group that's mixed, so
I get it. You'll go through the rule book. Maybe you'll have better luck than we did. The rule book is only temporary. we can overcome.
Yeah, once you I think we figured out most of it anyway, so I'm not even really
Yeah.
worried about the rule book. But yeah, 3.5, it's above average. Would I recommend it? If you like cooperative games and you don't mind you having to use a computer for the app, yeah, I'd recommend it.
I recommend it.
But anyways, guys, as always, support your local gaming and game on.
Game on.